Hey guys, welcome back to another Dare to Entertain video. At the start of this video, I just wanted to quickly say thank you so much for the support in the last few videos, and just wanted to say also that we have a Twitch. Just search up Charles J. Olsen or in the description down below, and you'll find our Twitch. 13 Reasons Why is a show about mental health. It's the show that's famous for showing a teenage girl committing suicide in a bathtub without holding back, showing its most intense moments. Out of its 4 seasons, I only enjoyed season 1. I don't know if that's really the wording that I should be using, but season 1 for the most part I can say was mostly good. It was more grounded and it took a deep dive into mental health. With its vast array of cast members, the show really has a strong narrative that there are many things that can bring upon stress for teenagers. The show's first season was well plotted, bar a few things with Clay really not needing to have a tape, but the show had a reason for every episode's story and building on one another. I don't know, mental health is just a very serious topic for me, one where in my high school, the way they handled men's mental health in years 11 and 12 just pissed me right off. So a show that wants to take, the handling of mental health in high school has so much to go off of. Because I didn't even go to a bad school, but there are plenty out there. And to see how a community of kids' mental health spiral out of control because of poor social programs to handle everything that's going on, and how that can be really impactful. So now we have a show that wants to take it all front on. It's bold, really bold, and I had a real chance to actually make a difference and have a voice. But for every season on, it gets worse and worse because every season on, it struggles to find a reason why it still exists. Like I said in the section before, season 1 for the most part was enjoyable. Unfortunately, it gets rather lazy and heavy-handed towards the end. Hannah had all of these issues going on, and as someone who has never had to endure sexual assault, I can't fathom what a person would feel afterwards in living life after such a painful experience. Suicide is just such a heavy topic, and I know a lot about the topic all too well, so to see a show just boil it down to a single moment is just horrible. And season 2 doesn't get much better. If not, it gets even heavier handed. Speeding through, it's the trial of Bryce in the school. Most of it is just R-rated Riverdale drama. Bryce dealing with being called a rapist, Clay trying to fix everyone's problems. It's mostly a forgettable season because it doesn't really add anything to the table bar some extra backstory to Hannah's death. But season 2 is infamous for its ending. A season that plods so much has an ending that just comes out of nowhere and feels so fucking forced. Tyler is a character who struggles in the show quite a lot. Fitting in is hard for him, and he's rather awkward, and so he gets caught up in the wrong crowd. He tanks the whole football team, gets them in trouble, they're all angry at him. So what do they do to get revenge? They shove a broomstick so far up his ass that he bleeds and is left in pain. Unlike the first season, which is built to the heavy moment of pain and blood, which I still think was not done right, this season just tries to go, oh, you thought it was over? Psych! Tyler now is a school shooter. Oh, what the fuck? This show went from being a comment on mental health to a lead of a show thinking, oh yeah, I've been through some shit. What's next? Oh yeah, let's just shoot up a school filled with people who did nothing wrong. Season 3. And to think it gets better, season 3 is an intriguingly bad season. Bryce is killed and the whole season is playing who did it, but the lead character changes from Clay to a new character, Arnie. Now, this concept could have been really cool, taking what is the status quo and giving it a new perspective. This leads to so many possibilities, but instead it's just, nah, just make her an asshole to everyone. She tries to play good to everyone, but she's just so fake. The whole season, all 13 hours of this show, lead to maybe a person can be redeemed. Maybe a person can change. And look, I don't know all the answers myself, but I love the idea or concept that every sentient being has the capacity for change. A lot of my heroes believe in this mantra. The idea that everyone, no matter how far down they go, can come back to a life of normalcy and that they deserve so. This season's whole premise is that this idea, maybe a serial rapist might be able to. So someone who has raped at least 7 to 8 girls, as he states in season 4, you watch 13 hours to get to the final scene where, nah, he's still a why? There are so many scenes that are there only to make you go, oh yeah, you feel bad for Bryce, don't you? Look at him get beat up. Look at him be alone. Look at him be disgusted with himself. Only in his weakest moment of need, you're meant to feel sorry for him. And then he acts like a total dick. and 3 of the main protagonists kill him, or at least an accessory at first, but then the entire group involving cops and parents become accessories to murder. So in the end, who are we meant to be behind? A show about mental health has now got a group of heroes in the deep, deep wrong. And now I can't relate to most of these characters because I don't know about you, but it's safe to say none of you have resorted to killing your high school bully. What makes it worse is that they all pin it on someone who didn't deserve it. Like, they frame someone up for murder, and the premise of season 4 is, oh no, their secret might be out. Good, they're bad people. But now they want to tackle panic attacks and PTSD, and no, you can't do that. You can't play that card on me. Let's do season 4 by talking about the characters individually, and then talk about the things I like or dislike about their arcs for the 5 episodes I've seen so far. For starters, Justin. Oh, I really like Justin. His whole arc is coming out of rehab, trying to improve himself. There isn't too much to say about him because every scene he's in, someone's yelling at him for trying to improve himself.
I can't be in a relationship.
You're not serious. I'm not good for you.
No, this isn't about you. It's about me.
Kind of always is, isn't it?
What the hell is even that?
But she just yells at him for dumb things, and Clay is just a weird mess. He just yells at Justin for no reason to.
You lied to Matt and Lainey about the drugs. You have any idea how long it took them to trust me?
Sorry, who the fuck are Matt and Lainey?
Your mom and dad.
Yeah, my mom and dad. They're not your fucking parents, so stop pretending they are.
I hate her. Just hate her. She is seeing dead people walking around like it's some horror movie. She yells at everyone, and Justin comes out of rehab and she immediately starts kissing him and like, oh yeah, let's do this, you and me. And when he says, no, I'm a recovering drug addict. I need to sort myself out first. Before I can take the weight of another person on board, potentially hurting them or you, I just need to look after myself. She has a girl group, I can't remember the names, like HO or something, and they're talking about the dance thing, which if you haven't watched episode 3, it revolves around the Valentine's Day dance, and she's going, okay everyone, let's go as a group to show to all the evil men, and then she realizes they all have dates, and she's like, oh that's cool and all, but I don't have a date though, and I'm the student body president if you don't know.
I'm the immortal Iron Fist, weapon of Kunlun.
Then Arnie says, I'll go with you, Clay hasn't asked me, and they're happy for a second. And this plot point doesn't come back up at all, because seconds later they both get dates to the dance. Arnie gets Clay, which makes sense, which when she pitched him, he looked like he was going to have a stroke and pass out. He's been acting funny for weeks, tells you things aren't the best at the moment, he doesn't acknowledge anything you say or throughout the entire conversation, and then you have the audacity to act surprised when he doesn't directly ask you out immediately after. Now, Winston is very much a weird bag. He is the antagonist, and most times the antagonist's plan all begins to make sense by the end, where we see their evil undoings kind of come together to have a storm of shit things that they've done to our leads. But at this point in the show, that being episode 5, that doesn't matter, because by episode 5, he's by far the character the most in the right and deserving of a happy ending. The man's just was gay, and he was happy, and the guy's framed the man he loved for murder and a child rapist. Winston isn't the bad guy, but we're meant to hate him. Clay outright says all the time, blah blah blah, I hate you, and in episode 5 he comes out and goes, I will end you. And then Winston has this grin, like, oh, I've got you of my sights, I've got you under control, like it's a part of his amazing scheme to like outsmart Ethan Hunt or James Bond or something. But this is only because he needs to fit the villain archetype. Nothing in the show builds him to be a villain. All his actions are comparable to what Daredevil was doing to Kingpin. And if you begin to think about the show like this, everything the protagonists complain about becomes 8 times more annoying. Oh no guys, Alex might be tried for murder. Well yeah, no shit, he killed a guy. What about Tyler? He's so innocent. Nope. Mans tried to shoot up a school. If it wasn't for some seriously dumb tactics from Clay, like standing in front of an assault rifle, the whole dance would have been massacred. In short, what I'm trying to say is all the characters that we're meant to be getting behind and being on their side, all of them are bad people. Clay Jensen. Jesus Christ, what happened to you? I used to like this character. He used to be the voice of reason. But the writers, they must have a beef with the actor or something, because I've never seen a character assassination like this before. Clay, this season, has just been a mess. He has PTSD from everything that's going on, and now he has to see a therapist, which is this season's way to get narrative exposition out of the way. But it's not insight, it's poetic nonsense. Again, like Jess, he gets these weird horror visions of Bryce and Monty. Clay is a character who is always trying to fix everyone's problems and then just makes them worse. And making every wrong choice possible, like lying for things that don't matter, saying it's not what it looks like for everything, always getting caught in situations that make him look like the bad guy. So in episode 2, he's at a frat house for a dumb reason. He's meant to look after Zach, who can very much look after himself. And then Clay gets a bit tipsy, and while in this state, he sees a drunk girl. A douchey type guy picks her up and takes her upstairs. This sets up a seriously interesting situation where he can stop what happened to Hannah and Jessica to happen to this drunk girl. Only one issue, it's her boyfriend. And Clay walks in while she is asleep. And then he starts to have a panic moment. He sees Bryce, they have a nice one back and forth type of thing. It's dumb. And the information that's revealed is that he got hard in this situation. And the guy that walks in goes, "Oh, are you trying to rape my girlfriend? She's fucking drunk, dude." Clay screams, runs out, and then has a panic attack downstairs. But then episode 3 happens, and fuck, it's a blackmail plotline. I hate, and I know I've used this word a lot, I hate this plotline. There is no more bigger plot cliche I hate more than a blackmail plot point. The whole episode is horrible, to the point where I have to pause and just go, oh, ew. And then I play it moments later. I just need a breather to go, the fuck what did I watch? And again, they use the dance as a setting to have something bad happen to the leads. So Clay gets another call, because that's how the blackmail happens. It's an anonymous call line, and he lies to Arnie twice. Starts a passage of dumb decision after dumb decision. Clay goes to the showers as per told on the phone. He sees the shower and sees blood all over the walls, sees a knife. The man says, "You're in the scene of the crime, go to the football field." He then proceeds to run into the showers, turn the water on for some reason, and then it gets all over him. He sees blood or going over him. It's like a panic attack. That's all done alright, that's not too bad. But he's now wet. With actual water, not blood, because that was just in his head. Okay, at this point, what's the smart thing to do? Oh yeah, sit in the blood in my white t-shirt. He remembers, oh yeah, I gotta go to the football field. What do? Oh, there's a knife on the ground, I'll bring that. That wasn't the instruction. Why are you bringing the knife? He takes what would have been evidence to place on him that didn't have prints, but now does. The whole football field scene is just hard to watch, because he sees Bryce again, and he turns around, and the whole football team's there, and they're targeting him, and whatever, and I'll run with it. It's an elaborate prank on him, and Clay is freaking the shit out.
Jesus, put the fucking knife down, psycho. It's over.
What? What's over?
Shit. Were you crying over that? It's fucking fake, obviously. So chill the fuck out and put the thing down.
The football team are targeting him into thinking they framed him into a murder, and they turn around and say, "Well, dude, a normal person wouldn't act this way when getting pranked." Are you joking? Apparently, a normal person wouldn't freak the fuck out during all this. And they seduce their suspicions into Monty being innocent was right through all of this. But Monty would still be in jail for a seriously long time for sexually assaulting Tyler. So the football team being so mad at Clay makes so little sense. Look, I don't know what happened to Clay post episode 3, but somehow he gets worse and worse. Episode 4 is just open-ended, where, I don't know, maybe 7, 8 episodes, they might do a huge reveal that explains, oh, well, it turns out Clay's having episodes and another version of him kicks in and takes control and it's a safety mechanism and he has no memory of all the shit he's doing. But what I want to talk about is this thing that happens is they have a drug test for Justin and Clay at their house, in their home. And one of them fails and Clay immediately blames Justin, and we see the start of their friendship fall apart. We see Clay going to a reliable source and Justin does the same, and both profusely state that they don't do drugs. But it turns out Clay was lying to his therapist, which means as a narrator, everything he's saying is unreliable, and as a lead in a show like this one, having an unreliable narrator becomes nauseating. Anyway, Clay gets laid, brags about it to the chick's boyfriend, he clocks him, does his alpha energy call, he is mad drunk, Zach comes running in, stops the fight and everything, and he looks at him and goes, you know what's a good idea? This man should drive. So they go off speeding together and it's all fun and games, and then the two will end up sailing off a cliff with a bit of horrible CGI. Holy shit, this season is bad so far. Oh, it's you. You've made it to the end of the video. Just want to say thanks, guys, for making it to this far. This video has changed quite a lot. In the video, I only talk about 4 to 5 episodes because I was kind of just jotting notes and just seeing how it went and how the rest of the show would turn out. But turns out the rest of the, 6 episodes, 5 episodes in the season are quite dull and boring. Like, episode 6, the school shooter test episode, that was actually one of my favorite episodes of the show so far, but nothing that screams out I need to put this to make the video even longer than it is. It's already at 16 minutes. If you do want to see part 2, just click like, comment down below going, I really want to see what you think about the last 5 episodes. But overall, this season was rather disappointing and was kind of just really lackluster in the end. But other than that, make sure to subscribe. Go to my Twitch. In the description, it will say where to go, or just go to Twitch and just go Charles J. Olsen and you'll find me. I stream at the moment Wednesday, Friday, but I'm looking to do it 3 times a week. But thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.